Ever wonder why your ice cream sandwich doesn't instantly melt into a gooey mess, even on a scorching summer day? It's not a coincidence. There's a hidden science and a masterful engineering story behind every bite. Let's dive into this frosty world where precision meets indulgence. The journey begins with that irresistibly smooth vanilla ice cream filling. It's not just delicious, it's a product of meticulous craftsmanship. High-quality milk undergoes an ultra-controlled process to ensure consistency, creaminess, and flavor. Everything must be efficient and rapid, because once the milk hits a certain temperature, it's game over for perfect texture. Each component of the classic ice cream sandwich comes together in perfect synchrony. The freshly churned vanilla is piped into molds, forming precise rectangular blocks, held at -10 degrees Celsius. It's cold enough to stay solid, yet soft enough to mold seamlessly between two chocolate-flavored crackers. These aren't just any cookies, they're engineered to be soft yet structured, with just the right level of crispness. The textured underside of each cracker grips the ice cream, ensuring a no-slip experience. Carefully loaded onto conveyor belts, the cookies wait in formation for their creamy partners to arrive. Once joined, the sandwich is born, but it's far from finished. The next step, deep freezing. Enter the blast freezer, a technological marvel that chills sandwiches at a shocking -40 degrees Celsius, colder than the Arctic. This locks in shape, texture, and taste. Within minutes, the sandwiches are rock solid, ready for wrapping. In the packaging station, robotic arms take over, ensuring every sandwich is wrapped with machine precision. The wrapper is moisture-resistant, heat-sealed, and airtight, preserving freshness and preventing freezer burn. But here's the twist. Many ice creams are engineered with stabilizers that slow down melting. That's why your bar stays intact longer than expected. And what about that flawless chocolate coating, or the perfectly centered wooden stick? Each bar is crafted using robotics with pinpoint accuracy within a 1 mm margin. The chocolate coating, it contains extra cocoa butter, designed not to crack upon contact with ice-cold surfaces. Bars are whisked through freezing tunnels at 18 degrees Celsius, solidifying them in exactly 12 minutes. Every layer, from the coating to the stick, is part of an orchestrated performance. Even the chocolate-to-ice cream ratio is optimized. 60% coverage ensures structural strength and ultimate flavor. Too much, the shell breaks. Too little, customers feel shortchanged. The dip, a swift 3.2-second submersion, long enough for perfection, short enough to avoid excess. Your favorite perfume. What if we told you that your go-to fragrance, the one sitting quietly on your vanity, has traveled through centuries of tradition, science, and breathtaking landscapes before reaching your skin? Today, we're going deep inside the luxurious and fascinating process of perfume making, from the blooming lavender fields of southern France to the precise distillation techniques that preserve nature's essence in a bottle. Tucked away in the scenic hills of southern France is a place unlike any other. Grasse. Known as the perfume capital of the world since the 18th century, Grasse has built a legendary reputation. This is the birthplace of fragrance artistry. Whenever luxury giants like Chanel or Dior embark on the creation of a new scent, they return here to the soil, the blooms, and the tradition that makes magic possible. The town's temperate climate is ideal for growing a spectacular array of blossoms: roses, jasmine, lavender, and more. These aren't just flowers, they're the heart and soul of the world's most beloved fragrances. In Grasse, perfume isn't manufactured, it's composed like a symphony. The first step is selecting the right ingredients. This part is as refined as crafting a gourmet dish or a perfect cocktail. Essential oils, botanical extracts, fruits, flowers, each element is chosen for its aromatic qualities and blended with alcohol to maintain purity and stability. But before anything reaches the bottle, it undergoes rigorous trials by perfumers, often called noses. These trained experts spend years perfecting their craft, adjusting formulas drop by drop until the scent reaches flawless balance. Take lavender, for instance, one of the most recognized and loved essential oils worldwide. Beyond its soothing smell, lavender carries an earthy elegance and medicinal power. But behind its popularity lies a slow, labor-intensive process. Lavender plants can take up to 5 years to fully mature. In the south of France, endless lavender fields ripple like waves of purple. These fields, if planted in 2019, wouldn't see their first full harvest until 2024. And even then, the real work is just beginning. Weed control is a full-time battle. From May to September, special machines steam the ground to kill invasive weeds without harming the plants. It's delicate, sustainable, and effective. During peak bloom, bees flock to the lavender fields, producing a unique variety of honey known for its floral, subtly sweet profile. Lavender honey is not just delicious, it's a liquid reminder of the French countryside's purity. Harvesting lavender is a race against time. It blooms in its second year, and the ideal harvesting window lasts only a few weeks. Growers look for subtle changes. When deep purple petals turn slightly grayish, that's the cue. The essential oils are at their peak early in the morning, which is when harvesting begins. Machines gently lift the lavender, cut it near the base, and transport it into trailers, ready for distillation. This isn't just about maximizing oil yield. Proper cutting ensures that each plant regenerates stronger year after year. With care, a single plant can produce high-quality harvests for up to 7 years. But as iconic as lavender is, roses are the undisputed royalty of perfume. Rose oil is precious and complex, a symphony of citrus, fresh fruit, and dew-drenched greenery. Yet harvesting roses is a painstaking task. The window is narrow, just a few weeks each year, and over 350 tons of petals must be collected to meet global demand. Unlike lavender, roses are far too delicate for machines. Each bloom is picked by hand and placed into soft fabric sacks to protect the fragile petals. These sacks are immediately sent to distilleries to retain the flower's purity. Then there's jasmine, a perfume world favorite. Its scent is sweet, intoxicating, and layered with an elegant mystery. Jasmine is often harvested in the early morning, when the flowers are most potent. Workers move through the fields delicately, plucking each white blossom and placing them into baskets. As with roses, time is crucial. The longer it takes to process the flowers, the more fragrance is lost. This urgency brings us to the distillation process, where the essence is truly captured. Lavender is packed into massive stainless steel distillation tanks. Roughly 1,100 pounds of freshly harvested lavender are loaded in, compressed to remove air pockets, and sealed. Steam from a boiler is then pumped into the tank at low pressure around 80 pounds per square inch, and held at 220 degrees Fahrenheit. These are optimal conditions. They're hot enough to extract the oil, but gentle enough to preserve its nuanced aroma. In the first 15 minutes, steam climbs through the tank, slowly warming the lavender. The heat releases the essential oils which vaporize and rise with the steam. This vapor travels through coils, where it cools and condenses into a liquid, a mixture of oil and water. The two are then separated, and the pure lavender oil is collected, ready to be refined and used in fragrances around the world. For the next 30 minutes, that heat penetrates deep within the microscopic oil glands hidden inside the petals. The flowers begin to release their essence, as if sweating, surrendering their precious oils to the flowing steam. This steam, now rich with lavender aroma, snakes through a long condenser pipe, cooling rapidly as it passes through an aluminum coil chilled with cold water. The result? The steam condenses instantly. Since lavender oil is lighter than water, it floats to the top and is carefully skimmed off layer by layer. But lavender is just the beginning. Roses and jasmine take the level of rarity and effort to entirely new heights. Rose petals, so soft and thin, don't require tight packing like lavender, yet the oil yield is astonishingly low, a mere 0.03% of the petal's weight. That means nearly 5,000 pounds of rose petals, millions of blossoms, must be handpicked and processed at lightning speed to preserve their fragrance, all to produce a single pound of rose oil. The result is so rare that pure Bulgarian rose oil can fetch up to $7,000 per pound. Jasmine is even more elusive. Each bloom weighs just 4.6 grains, yet carries a scent so hypnotic it's often considered the soul of seduction. To extract just 1 pound of jasmine oil requires between 3 to 4 million flowers. That's over 100,000 blossoms for a single 0.17-fluid-ounce bottle of premium perfume. When a fragrance features jasmine, you know it's something special. But even after extracting these precious oils, the journey is far from over. Just like a fine whiskey, essential oils need time to mature. They're stored in massive vats for months to stabilize and develop richer, more complex notes. Only then do they move to the heart of the creation process, the perfume lab. Inside, master perfumers wield decades of training and an almost supernatural sense of smell. With access to a staggering library of over 5,000 essential oils and aroma compounds, they craft their formulas much like a painter mixing colors or a musician composing chords. Each ingredient is entered into a computer, calculating the precise ratios and sending the formula for blending. While many combinations are possible, only a handful strike the perfect chord, and that's where the perfumer's talent shines. The human nose might have just 1.55 square inches of olfactory surface, but it can detect thousands of scents. Even with up to 50 ingredients in a perfume, the raw oils alone aren't enough. They lack projection, the ability to waft through the air. That's why alcohol is crucial. It evaporates at room temperature, carrying the scent molecules with it, allowing the fragrance to bloom in the air around you. This particular distillery spans over 5 acres, featuring advanced production lines, enormous aging tanks that hold up to 92,000 gallons, and cutting-edge laboratories. But before any blending begins, one critical step cannot be skipped: purity testing. Every oil batch is examined using gas chromatography. This analytical tool vaporizes a sample, the filling station. The alcohol concentration varies by design. Women's perfumes tend to have around 66% alcohol, while men's versions may reach up to 95% for stronger projection and longevity. High-precision nozzles ensure each bottle is filled perfectly. Spray pumps are attached by hand, and a unique batch code is stamped on every bottle for full traceability. Finally, the bottles go through final packaging, labeling and wrapping, all done manually. No massive conveyor belts, no shortcuts, just skilled craftsmanship, ensuring every product meets the highest standards. So the next time you hold a bottle of perfume, remember it's not just a scent, it's the result of millions of flowers, cutting-edge science, timeless artistry, and relentless dedication. Maybe, just maybe, your favorite fragrance began right here, in a vibrant field of lavender, transformed drop by precious drop into something truly unforgettable.